Well, hello and welcome. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be in the world, and welcome, one and all.
Well, hello
Oh,
and
excuse me.
welcome.
Just a technical glitch as we get going today. It is day one. It is day one of World Unity Week, and it is day one of the 99 days of peace through unity. And what better than to start with our first program being One Home Journey, the amazing Alexander Schieffer and Rama Mani, and the incredible work that's been done with Home for Humanity. And as we prepare later this year to begin the One Home Journey on September 21, this incredible epic vision of a 7-year journey around the world, bringing all cultures and all people, all lands and all waters together in one interconnected grand odyssey of hope, of unity, of synergy, and of oneness. So on day one of World Unity Week 2024, on day one of these 99 days of peace through unity, it's my honor. My name is Ben Bowler from Unity Earth, and on behalf of all of the organizations, the partners, the sponsors, the co-conveners, the co-creators, to welcome you to this extraordinary first program for World Unity Week 5 in 2024, and the amazing vision of Alexander and Rama and One Home Journey. You'll just need to step up to the computer to complete your unmute there. Alexander and Rama, it's wonderful. And I see you have a special guest there with you. And it's just really delightful to have you with us as we welcome you today. And Dr. PJ Rajagopal as well. Wonderful to have you with us. So Alexander and Rama, brother, sister, thank you for all this. Look at those mighty peace poles standing there in Unity Park on this beautiful morning. And it's a brand new morning, beautiful morning, day one, and first program for World Unity Week. Alexander.
Dear Ben and dear friends from around the world on the screen, it is indeed an honor that Unity Week in 2024 is opening with this program on the One Home Journey, in particular with a focus on unity parks that are going to be created in each and every country in the world. We greet you today from the Jura Mountains in France, where the first Home for Humanity is based, and also where the first Home for Humanity Unity Park has been created. And today we are initiating the process of gradually inaugurating unity parks literally in each and every country in the world. We are now, after the inauguration of the One Home Journey in Egypt on Mother Earth Day, in the inaugural season of the One Home Journey, before we start in September to travel country to country, to journey country to country, beginning in the cradle of humanity in Southern Africa. And as we travel home to home, as we travel culture to culture, in every society, we are going to listen to nature and to its elders, to culture and to earth artists. We are listening to the cultures and countries' wisdom and tapping into innovative education systems, and we are meeting regeneration pioneers who are already manifesting the future. One of them, who's also a partner organization, is today with us and is sitting between Rama and myself, which is Dr. P.V. Rajagopal, of whom you will hear much in this program. As we are traveling and inaugurating the Unity Parks, you will see that Unity Parks are places of learning, places of nature restoration, and in a way combine all the dimensions that we explore in each country in the most fascinating ways. Rama, share a little bit what Unity Parks are and what they represent.
Yes, I want to add one more line to what you said about the immersive experience in each country, each time designed and planned by our local partners, by the Rajagopals, by the people that you will meet on the screen, like the Sayonji family in Japan, by our partner and Homes for Humanity. As Alexander mentioned, starts with nature and listening to the indigenous elders, with culture and art, with the educational impulses, with the pioneers across all dimensions, but also because it's about preserving our past, nourishing and supporting the present, and about catalyzing the future. So we will be working with everyone who seeks to be a future builder, but especially mentoring and catalyzing youth. We call it the Youth for the Future Fellowship, who are emerging from marginalization, from situations of extreme difficulty, and women emerging from violence and oppression, who know that their true role is to be the leaders and crafters of the future, so that we can together, those emerging from marginalization, those of all different backgrounds, can come together in order to create the future. So coming to Unity Parks, this started off as a dream over here, to have a place where we could literally honor the unique contribution that every culture, country, geography in the world has to offer to create a united, inclusive, regenerative, just and peaceful and joyful future. And we began by planting trees when our colleagues, partners, co-creators from around the world came here. And as we started the One Home journey, we realized that this is a beautiful way to literally connect our geographies and cultures. So already, as Alexander mentioned, when we had the inauguration in Sekhem, Egypt, our pioneering partner and Home for Humanity in Egypt, together with the World Future Council, you will literally see Alexandra Wandel was with us inaugurating the Unity Park there. She is now at the Sekhem Festival in Germany and will join us from there. And the idea is that as we culminate in every country, people of all backgrounds come together, and we'll be hearing from Alexandra towards the end of this program, but great that you are there at the Sekhem Festival. We are waving to you and all our Sekhem friends. And so coming back to the Unity Parks, we will, in every country, be creating these together with local citizens. And each time a Unity Park becomes part of the global commons, it becomes a place where local citizens can plant those trees and plants, but also nutritional, indigenous plants, which are local to their culture, but are symbolically representing all the different cultures of the world. And as we travel, they will be discovering and connecting with people from each culture of the world, so that our global One Earth family can grow as we rediscover our humanity in unity with each other. And these parks become, therefore, educational. They become a place of culture. They become a place of sharing with family, with friends, etc. And they become really a part of our interconnected heritage. So we can see over these 7 years how we can transform together our world into a home for all of the family of life.
So envision Unity Parks in every country also as an interconnected field, also part of the Earth Campus that we are building up, a living, learning, innovation and impact field that is created. And the Unity Parks are dedicated to 3 core values. Unity, of course, to peace and to harmony. And you see behind us this beautiful peace pole, which is a gift of May Peace Prevail on Earth International. We have Vika Sayonji together with us today, and you will hear from her later. This peace pole, which Rama holds in a hand, also in a miniature, in a smaller form, is going to travel to each and every country, promoting, deepening the energy, the field of peace on a global level. And we are proud to undertake this journey and to build these peace parks and unity parks together also with our planetary partner organizations. Some of them are with us today from Holomovement, Purpose Earth, World Future Council, May Peace Prevail on Earth, Ekta Parishad and Jagat International. And greetings to all of you. And before we go around the world and meet the exciting speakers which have assembled for this initiation process, I open this going around the world circle with a poem written for this event. And of course, it is entitled Unity. Could this not be the opportunity for unity and peace, to ease the human heart, to co-create the art of coexistence and persistence, to evolve, resolve millennia of division, violence, and war? Let's close that door. Let's turn that page and grow into the sage who has been waiting, dating deep within each one of us. Alas, let this be finally the time to shift into a new paradigm, to grow as one into a park, into a human arc of reconciliation, regeneration, wholeness, soulfulness, and yes, of blissfulness. Could this not be the opportunity for all of life to thrive like trees in peace? Could this not be the opportunity for unity?
How beautiful. If you could just pass me the small peace pole again. So holding this small peace pole, sitting in front of our peace pole, and with this last word of your beautiful poem written today for us, what better moment than to introduce one of the three Sayonji sisters who is with us representing this incredible movement, May Peace Prevail on Earth. The May Peace Prevail on Earth international movement. We are so delighted, Rika, that you can be with us representing this heritage of your grandfather, your parents, yourselves, and soon your children as well, to bring truly the seeds of peace and unity to every part of the earth. And the pole, your gift to this movement, literally this one, which will be traveling with us everywhere, arrived 15 minutes to 12 our time. So just
wow, incredible. I just have deep appreciation and deep love to you for honoring peaceful and respecting peaceful like a newborn baby. Like really, I just feel full of gratitude for really, embracing the deepest part of the essence of the peaceful. And the way you treat peaceful is like real life. And I'm so grateful that you really receive our prayer, peaceful planting like that. And I'm just so grateful and honored to be part of this Unity Week and this incredible journey of this movement with all of you. And when I first encountered with this journey, with this deep story of 7 years, 7 generation, I really felt like I have found a deep, very close soul friend, a friend of the heart who understands the value of may peace prevail on earth, and really, as someone who resonates profoundly with what we have been doing for decades. I also felt that the movement is like upgrade version of our organization, nearly 50-year-long activities of praying for world peace and planting peace poles worldwide. So for decades, we have been spreading prayers for peace across globe, planting peace pole in various locations, as if performing an acupuncture on earth, connecting heaven and earth through pure prayer, desiring for pure peace, like real peace on every corner. So my grandfather, Masahisa Goi, philosopher, a poet, and a spiritual teacher, who after World War II began advocating the universal prayer, may peace prevail on earth, with the conviction that Japan had the mission to lead the world to peace, as one and only nation to have experienced the devastation of the atomic bomb. His vision was to bring hearts of humanity together in their common wish for peace, transcending differences of nationality, religion, and beliefs. Since the passing of my grandfather in 1980, my mother and father have taken this message of peace to all corners of the world, making this grassroots peace movement a truly global endeavor involving millions of peace-loving people worldwide. May peace prevail on earth is now shared by millions of people on every continent through the activities promoted by the NGO May Peace Prevail on Earth International, with members and supporters bringing their communities together, participate in peace ceremonies and planting of peace poles. However, the dedication of the One Home humanity, like One Home journey, makes me so happy because it signifies that the seeds of our dedicated prayers for decades are being acknowledged and to be sprout, and the shape is changing, and places like Unity Parks are born and to dedicated to peace and harmony, connecting nature and culture and local and global citizens, planting, honoring trees, planting trees, like planting peace poles. It's just are being creating, and I believe that these Unity Parks will eventually connect to expand into Unity Campus and Unity Sanctuaries, allowing everyone to have sacred space like home, a peaceful place where they can feel secure. I especially wish for children in the 7th generation ahead, for each one of them to have sacred, secure, peaceful space to rest and recover, to dream and to hear their inner voice. Just like Unity Park, like One Humanity Home, home is supposed to be a safe, secure place. Communication for inner and outer occur from the deep place of love, in a place where seeds of possibility and trust are seen, in a place to get the help and answers when they need, where inner dream is honored and inner voice is heard. So when we plant a peace pole, we put all of these thoughts into prayer so that the area will be such place for all people on earth. I really believe that Unity Park is an upgrade version of our peace activity, connecting human being and spirit come together, connecting people and nature together, culture and people together, and communities together as one home. There's an expression called of the word wa in Japanese, which means harmony. Wa is realigning of deeper connection with people so that for humanity's higher mission, each can bring peace on earth. Just as no one opposes on the prayer, may peace prevail on earth. I believe no one will oppose this journey, One Humanity Home and Unity Park, of connecting hearts of people with love. So lastly, I would like to invite you to pray, may peace prevail on earth 3 times with me to end my share. Hai. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to the
Arigato.
Saiyonki family. Thank you to the May Peace Prevail on Earth International. We are so honored and delighted. We feel in such familyship with all of you to be journeying with you. And it's beautiful also, Rika, that you brought up children We are delighted that right here we have 6.5-year-old, almost 7-year-old Gael, and we have a few beautiful dogs. And the reason is that one of the beautiful initiatives on the One Home journey will indeed be going in every country to a school that really nurtures the dreams, the potential of every child. And in that school, we will ask 7-year-old children to express and draw their dreams for the future. So 7-year-olds' dreams for 7 generations. And over these 7 years, as children in every country are drawing their dreams, we as adults will see, are we fulfilling their dreams? Are we creating together with each other the world that could be a home for humanity, be a place that fulfills the dreams of all our children? We are delighted we'll be doing that with all our partnering organizations. And with this, what an honor to introduce our Unity keynote speaker. You know, many of us regret that we were not born 100 years ago to be able to march for peace and unity with Mahatma Gandhi. But many people refer to and experience Dr. P.V. Rajagopal, Raja Ji, you know, as we call him, just as we said Gandhi Ji, as the living Gandhi of our country and of the world, for what he has done to unify through his movement called the Ekta Parishad, which literally means the family of unity, the unity family, to unify people in the interest, just as Gandhi Ji did, of the most underprivileged, the landless laborers, the peasants, the Adivasis, the tribals, those considered to be so-called of lower castes, and bringing them together, not just demanding, but actually securing their rights. So this is why we are so happy that on the first day of Unity Week, the first of the 99 days of peace, leading to the 21st of September, when we will begin the journey in the cradle of humanity, we could be receiving Dr. Rajagopal, Rajaji, our living Gandhi Ji here, and we could have walked with this traveling peaceful with him. And yes, this is to honor and the many members of the Ekta Parishad and Jai Jagat movement who are with us around the world and across India here, to honor what you have done and to express our gratitude that we are in partnership with you, really riding on the shoulders of giants who have paved the path for a world of unity and peace and justice.
Thank you very much. So I have arrived this morning to be part of this program in this beautiful village where Home for Humanity is functioning. So first of all, I want to thank Alexandra and Rama Mani for the kind of important work they are engaged in, not only in this part of the world, but in various parts of the world. Let me also greet all of you who are participating in this program from Home for Humanity in France, and I request you not to miss an opportunity to visit this place when you travel through Geneva. I take note of the fact that Home for Humanity is not only working here, they are in different parts of the world, and it is slowly becoming a movement. And a movement that is inviting many other similar movements to be part of it, and slowly creating a wave of possibility for change. So this is a great opportunity to be with them, spend a day with them, and be part of this journey. During this time, during this travel through Europe, I have got some realization that, look, I mean, social movements are important. Non-violent social movements are important to deliver justice to the last person in the society. But social movements alone cannot bring about a change in terms of creating a peaceful world. You know, what we want is a peaceful world, and that is the task for the next 7 years, so 7 generations can live peacefully on this earth. So some of the suggestions that are coming to my mind are, one, organizations like Ekta Parishad should definitely continue with the Jagat task, because Jagat is all about making the SDG work for the people. We were trying to create 4 blocks out of 17 SDGs. And the idea is by 2030, poverty should end, discrimination should end, violence should end, climate crisis should also end. But this hasn't happened. And we are left with only 7 years or 6 years. So there is an urgency in terms of this announced goals are to be achieved for making it peaceful for millions of people who suffer injustice, who suffer poverty, who suffer discrimination, who suffer climate crisis, or who suffer violence. So those goals are very important, and we cannot leave it where it is. And all of us need to work together to achieve the goals for millions and millions of people in this world. And that is where Home for Humanity need to take a lead role. And all other organizations will be only happy to join in this process. The other 2-3 suggestions I want to make today in this meeting for consideration is the idea is to move from a culture of violence to a culture of non-violence. How is it going to happen? Only social movements are going to do that. So there are many other actors in the society who need to come along to make it possible. So one major actor will be educational institutions. All this knowledge that we gain through education, through universities, if we don't know how to apply that knowledge non-violently, this will be used violently. And that is what is happening around us. The economic model, the development model are displacing millions of people. So in our training programs, when young people get enthusiastic to work for change, we say, look, all that enthusiasm need to be applied with an understanding of nonviolence. Same way, if education is not understood and it is not applied with an understanding of nonviolence, this can lead to difficulties. So education institutions across the globe need to realize that it is not only imparting knowledge that is important, but how to use this knowledge with an understanding of nonviolence is very, very important. The second suggestion that came to my mind is all government organizations need to use a nonviolent lens, like a gender lens or environmental lens. The lens that you see through. Much of the developmental activities are creating problem for people because this has become a violent activity. The mining activity, the dams that are being constructed, the highways that are being constructed, are all leading to displacement of poor people. So how do we get the government and government officials to use a non-violent lens to see through the impact of what you are doing, the consequences of what you are doing? If you can plan it properly, you can create harmony and peace in the society. If you don't plan it properly, you will create more conflict and more violence in the society. So I think government has the responsibility to use this lens to plan their future activities. Same way, we continue to ask for a peace ministry, because if defense ministry is possible, a ministry for police is possible, why can't we have a ministry for peace? It's like, why do we expect army and police to bring peace? Why can't we work for peace? No, why can't even 1% of our defense budget go into peace building? See, if you want to create a peaceful world for our generations to come, we need to invest in peace building. We need to work for peace directly, not only indirectly through police and army. And the final point I want to make is that in this world today, wherever I went, I find even very genuine non-violent movements are being crushed by using violence, using police. Why can't we use dialogue as a method to resolve issues? Young people asking for issues that are relating to climate, young people asking questions about mining. Why should use police to suppress their movement rather than using a process of dialogue? How many years it will take, how much education it will take for us to learn to talk? Talk to people who are agitated. They are agitated because of risk. And so this culture of dialogue need to come as part of our process if we really want to have a peaceful world. So today, sitting here in this Unity Park, I think we need to commit ourselves to make a peaceful world. And that should be the goal of our 7 years work from now to 30 or 31. And that should create result for 7 generations. If we don't work today, what kind of world are we going to give to the coming generation? So it's a commitment from our side. Rather than our commitment to accumulate wealth, we need to commit to create peace and a peaceful world for everyone to live. So at this point, I remember a Jain prayer. You know, this comes from the Jain religion, and a very famous saint called Acharya Tulasi. He made this prayer. He wrote this song, and during 1969, when we were celebrating Mahatma Gandhi's centenary year, this was a very, very important song. So the lines are like this, you know. Naitikata ki sur sarita mein जन जन मन पावन हो संयममय जीवन हो कथनी करने की समानता में अर्पित तन मन हो संयममय जीवन हो. It is basically focusing on ethics, you know, a naitikta, that is ethics. Let our life be committed to ethics and restrain from accumulating, restrain from abusing. See, restrain from abusing and accumulating and live a life of ethics. This is what Acharya is saying. And then it says the deeds and words and deeds should not contradict. You know, what we say, like Gandhi said, what you say, you should do. What you do should be what you say. So this, in today's world, the difference between what we say and what we do is creating so much of contradiction, and people don't anymore believe in what people say. So Acharya Tulasi in his song says that respect what you say and do, because the contradiction should not be there, so that people can trust what you say. So I think today it is very important to remember this Jain saint Acharya Tulasi and see how do we take our life more on an ethical path and less of a contradiction in our day-to-day life. Thank you very much. And I hope all of us will work together, and Home for Humanity will provide us the kind of support to move forward as a family to create a more peaceful world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We hold our hands together to honor the commitment that you have called us to. This is really the purpose also, that as we go country to country, there's so many people who dream of what you say, that everyone can express their dream, their vision, but also their commitment to do so. And we really believe as we go on this journey that there are so many pioneering organizations who are, as you said, the social movements won't be sufficient. We need the action on the ground. And there are organizations that have been doing this for so many years, living the future in the present, and who are seeking to do it, beginning to do it. And what the One Home journey does is that every country, it spotlights, look, while the bombs are falling, while people are being displaced, while the mining companies are coming in and destroying our forests, there are people who are not just protesting, but actually creating these sacred sanctuaries where the future is being built. And to take hope from that, to be inspired by that, so that every single person, whatever their background, culture, age, can be a future builder. And to this, we commit as the Home for Humanity movement that is stewarding this movement, connecting these places and people. That is really our commitment to this. So we are so grateful for your beautiful, inspiring words. And you have marched, around the world to pass this message to so many people. Thank you.
Thank you.
And dearest Rajaji, charged with a gift that you have given to us today, the evocation of nonviolence, a culture of dialogue, the call to co-creation. It is my honor to call forth our dear friend, co-creator partner, Laura Rose, who together with her husband, Emmanuel Kunzelmann, is stewarding an incredibly important movement which is now on the rise, which is called the Holomovement. The Holomovement, which has been ignited last year. And already this year, it is riding a huge wave across the planet, bringing organizations together that are working for peace, that are working for a holistic, regenerative future, and that are creating impact on the ground. And Laura, your work through the Holomovement, but also through Purpose Earth, is an incredible showcase of seeding, of nurturing, and of manifesting unity on the planet. Laura, we are happy to have you with us today.
Hello and warmest welcome and greetings to all of you. It's so beautiful to be together. I'm deeply honored to be a part of this extraordinary gathering and to recognize what is being done to connect us on the planet right now. It's something that is palpable in its exponential collaboration. And I see that all of us are coming together in extraordinary ways of late. So I'm going to just tell you a little bit about where we're going, and I just want to start with where I am. So I want to give greetings and blessings from Ibiza, Spain, which is the country that welcomed me as a citizen over a quarter century ago. Ibiza is one of Europe's most ancient cities, founded by the Phoenicians in 600 BC, ruled by the Carthaginians, the Romans, the Visigoths, Byzantines, the Moors, the Christians. But most palpable is the presence of the protective forces of the goddess Tanit, whose divine feminine influence as the overseer of love can still be felt on this tiny island that serves as a point of confluence for more than 90 nationalities residing here in peace. I'm so honored to join Rama and Alexander and their esteemed guests today, who are connecting and weaving heaven and earth for pure prayer to celebrate the Unity Project and the extraordinary work for Home for Humanity. As a co-creator of the Holomovement, I have the privilege to work with these extraordinary visionaries in partnership for a common goal. The Holomovement is a worldwide social movement that awakens us to our interconnectedness, igniting a critical mass of inspired collective action that serves the good of the 7 generations beyond and beyond. Our personal and organizational vision and mission for the Holomovement is to lay a foundation for an inclusive, peaceful, just, regenerative future by creating in-person and online communities that allow people to thrive into their greatest capacities. As Marianne Williams says, it's not about helping people to find their potential, which is often something far in the future that requires a PhD or an extraordinary achievement of recognition. It's about helping people to tap into the extraordinary light that already exists within ourselves and to help each person to shine. The other day, a brilliant Ghanaian woman who I've mentored and have the privilege of co-mentoring, to be honest, since she was a teenager, reached out to me for advice. When we first spoke, she cried tears of frustration, saying she knew that she should be happy with a wonderful marriage, a young daughter, a great job, but she felt so empty as her work at a bank where the goals are profitability and material gain don't fulfill her. She longed for the days when we worked together on projects that involved volunteering, that involved giving hope to villages in Guinea by teaching women artisanal skills. She and I came up with a plan for providing more meaning in her life and meditated on refinding the bright light within her. When we said goodbye, her eyes sparkled with the light I always had seen in her. And now, as I look at where we are in the world, there's a Harvard study that recently said that over 36% of Americans are suffering from tremendous loneliness, and 61% of young people are experiencing this loneliness. And that's just one country on the planet, only one country. And it's representative of what I read about in Spain, where I live. And I know that we know that there is a tremendously terrible, terrible rate of suicide in young people from the ages of 14 to 18. It's the second highest cause of death. And in people from 18 to 28, it's the fourth. That is unacceptable. And it is incumbent upon all of us to spread the peace that we have been talking about today, to spread the light, to create community, to allow people to put down their phones and to open their eyes to this tremendous implicate order of connectivity that we share when we're together. And what we experienced at the Holomovement wave 2 weeks ago here on this tiny island was just a microcosm of what's possible. And our connection with Home for Humanity is that extraordinary brilliance that creates the possibility to create communities, to create parks that unite us around the planet and enable us to show and facilitate young people, especially, what's possible when we no longer just focus on what makes ourselves happy, but what it is, the joy that we can feel within ourselves when we are helping others to feel great joy and pleasure in life. So I welcome all of you to join this circle that's being created by Home for Humanity and by the Holomovement and Unity Earth and the beautiful work that's being done by each of you, because we know in our hearts that there is a more beautiful world that's possible. Blessings and love to you all.
You know, it's very beautiful here where we are sitting around these trees. They listen so deeply. And you heard when Rajaji was speaking and calling us to dedicate ourselves to nonviolence, immediately the trees were clapping, the leaves were singing. And again, Laura, when you said, you know, how much more joy we get when our lives are lived with meaning and purpose, serving others, again, the leaves began to sing in chorus with you. So what a beautiful moment. You evoked how the Holomovement is dedicated to the next 7 generations. All the indigenous peoples around the world know only too well that every act we do should be for the benefit of all who are presently alive, but also for the next 7 generations. And that's exactly what World Future Council, our other very beloved partner, has been doing for the 17 years of its existence. And Alexandra Wandel has been there from day one. She's the chair of our management board. She has really been pulling together this movement with our beloved founder, Jakob van Uxkel, who you would all know as the founder of the Alternative Nobel Prize, the Right Livelihood Award. So together with him, Alexandra has built up the World Future Council really to preserve the rights of future generations. She's also the one who has been leading our Future Policy Awards to ensure exactly what you said, that we reward governments, laws, and policies which are not simply for peace today, but actually whose actions are for peace for the next 7 generations in every field, from biodiversity to forests, to children, to women, etc. So with that, dear Alexandra, fantastic that we were together on Mother Earth Day for the inauguration at SECEM with World Future Council, and now that you are at the SECEM Festival joining us. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, Rama, for this very kind introduction. And I'm sending you all warm greetings from the Sikkim Festival, which currently is taking place in Fulda in Germany, under the title of May We Be Stewards for the Future. And as you know, Sikkim is one of the Home for Humanities, where also the launch of Home for Humanities took place on Mother Earth Day. And we are gathering here with friends of Sikkim from different parts of the world, from Scandinavia, Austria, Germany, Portugal, South Africa. Many Egyptian friends are participating here in the Sikkim Festival. And this was also a special day for us today, because we today already commemorated that the founder of Sikkim, Ibrahim Abouleish, he actually passed away this morning 7 years ago. So we already had a beautiful day commemorating Ibrahim, and of course also connecting as a Home for Humanity with this special event that is taking place today. So World Future Council is so happy to be part of the Home for Humanity movement, and we actually share a joint vision. The World Future Council was set up in the year 2007 by Jakob van Uxkel, who already many centuries ago created the Right Livelihood Award, and who realized that the challenges for humanity were becoming bigger and bigger, and that it required an organization speaking up for the rights of future generations and for long-term thinking. And so that is why World Future Council was created. And as we already heard, we have among our 50 eminent members from around the world, we have representatives from different walks of life, from different cultures. Rama Mani being our founding counselor. We have also Home for Humanity members in our council, like Sinal do Vale in Brazil, Sinal in Egypt. But we also have other members. To give you an example, Alan Ware was recipient of the Right Livelihood Award, and who is dedicating his life to enhance disarmament and promoting peace. Or Maria Espinosa, who has been a former minister for natural heritage of Ecuador, and who has been a president of the UN General Assembly. Or, for instance, Michael Otto, who also joined us in Egypt for the last annual general meeting, and who has also created many different foundations to achieve living in harmony with nature. We from the World Future Council are so happy to be part of Home for Humanity, and we will be highlighting throughout the 7-year journey the work of our counselors and also our youth present representatives. And as Rama mentioned, we have also created a very special award at the World Future Council. It's the Future Policy Award. It's the world's premier policy prize that is honoring policies rather than people. The aim of the award is really inspire people that already good solutions exist across the world. We do not always have to reinvent the wheel, as Jakob van Uxkel said. We can learn from each other in order to achieve our joint vision of having a regenerative, peaceful, and as Rama said, also a joyful world for the coming 7 generations. So with our award, we have highlighted that good solutions exist. We did this already now on 14 different topics, ranging from ending violence against women and girls, to how to enhance the rights of children, to biodiversity, how to enhance disarmament, reduce chemical pollution. We have done this in partnership with 14 UN agencies and the Interparliamentary Union. And this year, in the year 2024, the Council has decided that the award topic will be peace and future generations. Given that, sadly, we have now, since the Second World War, the highest number of conflicts worldwide. And did you know that every 5th child is living at the moment in a conflict zone? So we want to use the award to highlight that also there are local governments, regional governments, initiatives that are promoting effective peace policies in the interest of future generations. And we will be celebrating them on the 27th of November at the Maison de la Paix in Geneva. And we will be happy to invite you all to the award ceremony and to join online. Also, our council has decided it's so important to live in harmony with nature. Therefore, next year, we will be celebrating policies to enhance living in harmony with nature. And the following year, we will focus on education for sustainable development in communities. So it fits so well that World Future Council and Home Humanity with our partners are working together. And let me actually finish with a quote that I found from our honorary counselor, which fits very well to the day today. Our honorary counselor, Jane Goodall, she is a messenger of peace. And she said, we can have a world of peace. We can move towards a world where we live in harmony with nature, where we live in harmony with each other. No matter what nation we come from, no matter what our religion is, no matter what our culture, this is where we are moving towards. Thank you.
Alexander, thank you for this powerful speech and also for bringing to life how the World Future Council works on the policy, but also on the ground level around the world on the key issues that connect us. And I just want us all together, as we are listening to the different speakers from Rika Sayonji, May Peace Prevail on Earth, to Rajaji, representing Ekta, Parishad, and Jagat International, Laura Rose, bring the Holomovement to life, and Alexandra Wandel now, the World Future Council, not only the resonance of focus that is emerging, but also the willingness to co-create beyond institutional boundaries. I think we are moving really into gradually into bringing our forces, our energies on a planetary level together. And here lies the beauty and the opportunity of this moment, of our time. And well, who better to bring now onto the stage than our dear friend, Ben Bola, the founder, together with many others, of Unity Earth, and also the key and principal host here of Unity Week, taking us into the next 99 days of building peace together on a planetary level. Ben, your work is extraordinary, and thank you for bringing your voice to this table. Thank you.
Well, amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alexander and Rama, and to all the speakers who have spoken so eloquently already. What an incredible lineup that you've put together for this one home journey. And it's truly exciting when you see the convergence of the different organizations, the different activities, partnerships that are coming together. You know, the eloquence of PV Rajagopal and this beautiful keynote, and the passion of Rika Sayonji from May Peace Prevail on Earth, and the essence of that incredible lineage going back now into its third generation, and the beautiful presentation from Laura Rose. We are still bathing in the beautiful energies of Ibiza and the Holomovement wave, which is carrying us forward in such extraordinary ways. And to hear Alexandra Wandel there talking at such a high level about giving awards for policy and bringing in policymakers around the world, this is serious. There is something happening, and it's incredible to be here feeling it coming together between these things that have been going for generations and these things which are just brand new, like the Holomovement coming out of all of this. One Home Journey, which has brought this together through the masterful co-creations of Rama and Alexander and your amazing family around the world of Home for Humanity. It's just beautiful to sit in this potential and this hope, and to feel the love and the care for the next generations and generations to come that we're experiencing here together. I think really, you know, we look at what World Unity Week is all about. It's about shining a light on these incredible occurrences, these risings, these unfoldings, and these happenings, to empower them and to bring more people to the table that are ready to hear the good news that there's something happening, that there is something amazing unfolding on this planet. It's been coming forever and it's just begun, and it's here in the most extraordinary way with the One Home journey. And I'm so excited that this is day one of our 99 days, Rama, and we're getting ready for what's going to be the most incredible build-up to day 99. And on that day, you know, Rika, we're going to be with your family in Hiroshima, with many of our beloveds from around the world at the end of the incredible pilgrimage in Japan for Peace Week. There are extraordinary events happening in San Francisco, marking the 40th anniversary since the first real celebration of the International Day of Peace. Beloved Avon Madison and Pathways to Peace, who established so much for all of us. And One Home Journey will be taking its first steps on that day. So as we gather here today for day one, let's also cast our hearts and minds forward through these 99 days of peace through unity and towards what is possible as the field coagulates and organizes itself with the brilliance of the Holomovement and with the genius of the One Home journey and all the beauty and grace that's there through the organizations Byaku Shinko Kai, May Peace Prevail on Earth, Goi Peace Foundation, Pathways to Peace, One World, the evolutionary leaders. I mean, it is incredible what is all coming together. So I sit here today with you, Alexander and Rama and Laura and Rika and everybody here gathered, and of course our doctor as well, Dr. PV Rajagopal, and I just feel the essence of what you're creating, Alexander and Rama, and I thank you deeply for this opportunity to begin World Unity Week in this way. At the beginning of day one, we start with the One Home journey, and on September the 21st, where this super convergence comes together, we will be all over the world, arms reaching out to our brothers and sisters to carry forward and to bring more family to this table, so that peace may prevail on earth, and so that the Holomovement can be empowered, that the One Home journey can be empowered, and that together we can become a rising force of influence on the planet, the likes of which our hearts can only imagine what is possible together. So thank you, friends. I think we have begun in a glorious way, and deep bows and gratitude to each of you. Blessings. May peace prevail on earth, and blessings on the One Home journey from here until the first steps of September the 21st.
This is truly extraordinary. Ben, you will not be surprised to know that as you talked about the convergence, the possibilities of what will happen already between now and the 21st of September, again, you can hear it now. The leaves are dancing. They are singing for this convergence of convergence, for, you know, what Laura, you so powerfully said, the vision of the Holomovement is this is a time of exponential collaboration, co-creation, and to show that we are every single day living and breathing the essence of that world, that reality, that future in the now. Which we know is possible. You know, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is a saying in India, in Sanskrit, which is very dear to us, which was very dear to our very beloved friend, Swami Agnivesh, another living Gandhi who passed away just a few days ago, Ibrahim Abulesh. It's unbelievable that today Alexander was with Ibrahim, who is our father, our adopted father, the founder of Sechem, Home for Humanity in Egypt, that this should literally be his day, because he always spoke about the seventh generation. He always knew that life has to be integral, a whole. It has to start from within with our deepest values, where our humanity can again connect to the unity within us, with each other, and with the wholeness, the interconnected wholeness of life. And it has to connect with nature. It has to connect with culture, with the culture we come from, the culture we create together. It has to be rooted in the arts, in beauty. It has to lead to preserving wisdom, as well as creating new knowledge and innovation for the new paradigm. And it has to be of benefit to create a world of well-being, an economy of love, which now Sechem is taking into the world, which it is spreading all over. So our journey is really amplifying bringing together all of these initiatives and movements for the good. We are simply seeing ourselves as the thread, so that these beautiful gems, these beads in every part of our earth, these sprouts which are rising from the rubble that we have created from our own man-made making, can be seen and can become the trees of our future, the gardens, the unity parks of our future. So with that, we really want to bring in, it's beautiful. We started very symbolically at 7 past the hour. Dear Ben, you finished speaking at 7 past the hour. So we've had these 60 minutes of listening so deeply to our beloved co-creators from every part of the world, our more than partnering organizations. And now we would love to hear for the next, the session was scheduled for 77 minutes because the One Home journey is dedicated to the next 7 years for building our commitment and actions for the next 7 generations. So for the next few minutes, to hear some of the voices which have joined us online. And here we have a few of our international and local friends in the community. There'll be a much bigger event happening here before we start the journey, where we will also do a walk, a peace, unity, and harmony with nature and all cultures walk with people from across this beautiful valley. But I want to mention that many of our local partner organizations in our valley are holding 2 very important peace events today. One is against deportations, so really as citizens protesting the treatment of foreigners who should be welcomed here when they come, especially from places of crisis, and another one for peace in the Middle East and in Gaza and Palestine. So our closest partner organizations are busy with us, but we are connected in solidarity that even every tiny part of the earth can make its voice heard and can undertake actions for our human and earth family, the family of life. So should we with that, dear Alexander? Hear
Yes.
a few voices from those.
Let's
around
catch
us
just a
and-
couple of voices to see how this session also radiated out into the world. And if I may, also in the interest of time, call forth potentially, I know we do have with us Anuradha Shankar, the former Director General of the Police of Madhya Pradesh, who brought peace into the police. Perhaps a short word from you and a few others who are here and around with us on the world. Anuradha, can we hear you for a moment?
And Peter, if you could just spotlight her, if yes. And maybe you could call already for the next person we would like. I think Jill Carr-Harris, the co-founder of Jagat and Ekta Parishad,
Mr. Behar.
Mr.
Behar.
I didn't see him in the screen.
Yeah.
Jill, if you are with us, please open your video. It would be beautiful to hear a short word from your side.
Who is that, Alexander?
Jill Carr-Harris.
And the first name was Anuradha.
Anuradha Shankar.
Anuradha Shankar is here. I think Hubcast will bring them in. Anuradha Shankar is here. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening from India. I'm sorry, I'm in a remote rural area, so I was not able to connect immediately. Hello.
We hear
Yes,
you
hear
well.
you well.
Yes, thank you. It's been a very enriching experience listening to everyone. And I'm associated with, along with being a police officer, I'm associated with the Jai Jagat movement. And it's Home for Humanity looks so similar to what Jai Jagat has been doing. Jai Jagat, Jai means victory and Jagat means world, victory to the world, in which there is no one who is defeated. And it looks like a convergence of souls which are so alike, and I'm very glad to be here. In my experience in governance, I have looked at things which can be done non-violently, and it's very easy. It's not difficult if you just leave your ego behind and remember that whether in administration or whether in government, You are just a servant to the people, and you have an idea of service, which Mahatma Gandhi always professed. And he always thought that every human being has a connection with the rest of the world, especially as a responsible creature, rather than any other creature which is not so sentient. So I'm so happy to connect with everyone here. Thank you so much for hearing me out. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, I think SC Bearher is also there, Alexander or Ben. Perhaps he could speak next.
Okay, and that name was again, say one more time.
SC Bearher.
Sharad Behar?
Yeah.
Sure. Sharad Behar. You can see Sharad Behar.
And with Mr. Behar, we are welcoming the former Chief Secretary of Madhya Pradesh. Welcome.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Greetings to all of you. It's a matter of privilege that I'm with you here.
I just want to silence this.
It has been quite a great learning during this few minutes that I have been with all of you. Also, prior to this, I had some understanding of what is going on when Rama was with us in Madurai in India last year. In this Unity Week, that's very interesting. This is a World Unity Week. And there are two different ways in which unity is being currently taken up. There is one world of unity where there is globalization, where it's not for human beings. It is for producers. It is for consumers. It is for buyers and sellers. It is dominated by the military-industrial complex. They also want to have one world, but that is not for human beings. This movement, where I have privilege to be with you now, is one that wants a world of not only unity, but where human beings are there. I think these two different ideologies must be clearly understood. And it's not just enough to say that we are working for world for humanity or family, one family. This must be done. But this has to be done keeping in view this contrary trend that is going on and how to take care of that, where only material wealth is important, where human beings and their heart are not important. The emotions are not important. So family is a matter where there are emotions, where there are brothers and sisters, there are uncles and aunts, there are no producers or consumers. To make this world, the world which we want, where we want that there should be a family, one family, there should be the world for humanity. The way to live is what I usually call a nature-nurtured way of living and a nature-nurturing way of living. We must be able to not exploit the nature, but use the nature and also nourish the nature. This is possible if we understand that the model of development that we have been pursuing so far, which is only for material wealth, that is no longer relevant and has to be abandoned. In this, I also represent an organization called Center for experiencing socio-cultural learning, where we believe, and I also believe in the principle of education, that learning by experience is something that gives you permanent imprint. Therefore, if you want this kind of a world where human beings live, which is for humanity and where there is only one family, in our Indian philosophy, we call it Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which really means the whole world is a family. In order to do that, the whole model of education has to be challenged. Currently, education is materialistic. It is within the boundaries. Instead of that, real experiencing of life would really enable us to have a new generation. The final point that I would like to say is, and present is, all that we are doing, my wishes, I will be a partner in this. Our center is, but right now, I would end with a very small poem of Rabindranath Tagore, the Nobel laureate from India, who was known for his internationalism and spiritualism both, where he says, where the world is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. So long as we have these national boundaries, that's what he's referring to, where words come from truth, the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let the world awake. I
Thank
think
you.
this is the way we are all trying to do, and all my wishes. Thanks to all of you.
Thank
So beautiful to see you, to hear you, to feel your spirit again after our beautiful meeting in Sessi with Rajaji, Jill, and the Ekta Parishad family. Thank you. So beautiful to hear you. In the 2 or 3 minutes left, we want to hear just a few words from our guests who are here from Switzerland and neighboring France, especially if Gael would be willing to end us with a little word. So let's hear Julia Leiris, who is working with Eurasia Foundation. And I'll just come down here. No? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as we have very few minutes left, I just wanted to say how grateful I am for this call and for all of the input you all brings. I'm very, very grateful for the voices that I heard, the movement that Rama and Alexander are now bringing. And yeah, I just feel very grateful, and I have this right now this big feeling of action actually, and of hope and action. And thanks to you as well, I feel more committed.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Françoise, est-ce qu'on peut demander juste un mot de ta part? Aucun problème. Okay, so we have, we call her Mère Soise, Mother Françoise from our village, who is a great supporter of our movement and has been an educator, a very innovative educator all of her life. We have Chris Martin, a human rights and immigration expert and dear part of our movement.
I just wanted to echo the sentiments that Julia expressed. And I feel very grateful and fortunate to be part of this movement. and it's amazing to see you all. And thanks to Rama and Alexander, this movement is in every part of the world. And in my own small way, I hope to contribute in the field of migration, freedom of movement, and protection of people who need it. So thank you. It was wonderful to see you today.
Marie-Fleur and Gael from Switzerland, please. Just a word from you in English, French, doesn't matter.
Thank you. It's wonderful being together, and I have this feeling of one big loving family with such great power, and I can really feel like the power in the present. Like we're not only talking about the future, but really about the present, and I can really feel how powerful it is to be together and to act together. And I'm very grateful to be able to bring back this energy I felt today to my action in my daily life and work.
And very resonant with what we've been saying, Marie-Fleur works both in her own village, which is this intentional village of such living, but also one of her projects is planting, you do the gardening with migrants, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so very beautiful, creating both inclusion through the love for nature. So back to you, dear Alexander, to complete our circle.
So before Rajaji is closing us with a very short blessing and prayer, I just want to summarize our beautiful session all together with 7 little strophes. And if you would be ready to sing them with me, I would sing the first strophe, and then just the second part of each we are going to sing together. And it's a summary of all that has been spoken. Let's commit to peace on earth, to a new world. Let's give birth to a new world. Let's give birth. Celebrate the wholeness of all life. May on earth all beings thrive. May on earth all beings thrive. What we say is what we do. Let the future now come true. Let
the future now come true.
Exponential collaboration together for 7 generations. Together for
7 generations.
If you plan it properly, we can create peace and unity. We can create
peace and unity.
Together we form a human ark. Let's plant all over unity parks. Let's plant all over
unity parks.
All our movements in co-creation. Together we give rise to regeneration. Together
we give rise to regeneration.
So what a beautiful coming together in this beautiful village. Many of us physically and many of you in distance, but then we are all together today. One interesting incident from Mahatma Gandhi should inspire us. That a professor of history came to meet Mahatma Gandhi and said, Mr. Mahatma Gandhi, there is no non-violent revolution. All revolutions are violent. And he said Russian revolution was violent. French revolution was violent. Chinese revolution was violent. So why are you speaking about non-violent revolution? So Mahatma Gandhi looked at the professor and said, okay, you are a history teacher. You are teaching history, Mr. Professor, but I am making history. So when I make it, you will teach it. So I think let us not give up. This is a time for all of us to unite, bring all the hearts and minds together with a hope that we will definitely create a peaceful, just world for the generation to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Jai Jagat.
In that spirit, thank you to everyone who was with us today. And we hand back to our dear principal host, Ben Bowler, to Australia.
And thank you for
Thank you.
opening the Unity Week with this. We are so grateful and in such partnership and loving co-creation with Unity Earth. Thank you to all our partners, our
Thank you to all of you.
co-creators for the synergy with you.
Rama, Alexander, thank you so much. Thank you to all the speakers. Thank you to our partners. And yes, we're going to hear a message now from our sponsor, Purpose Earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Alexander. Thank you, Rama. Thank you, all of the speakers. That was amazing. What an incredible beginning to World Unity Week. We're going to play that Purpose Earth again. Incredible partnership of Purpose Earth, and another great example of empowering grassroots groups and organizations around the world with sponsorship and mentorship. Laura Rose and Emmanuel, co-founders of Purpose Earth. They have an amazing team, a grant selection council and a production team. And it also started at the same time as World Unity Week did back on June 2020, right, Laura? So Purpose Earth has empowered dozens and dozens and dozens of amazing organizations around the world, given away in the vicinity of $500,000 to incredibly worthy recipients. So we want to thank them. We'll play that video again. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for One Home Journey. Thank you, Yuka, and thank you to all of our speakers. Sorry, Sarika, and all of our speakers. It's been a wonderful beginning, and we go forward from here. The opening ceremony for World Unity Week is later today at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got Chief Phil Lane Jr., Adriana Alvarez, Kristen Hoffman, Theta Phoenix, Patricia Ann Davis. It's going to be John Raymer, Becky Suzik. It's going to be an incredible chief, as I said, Phil. And that will then begin fully day one of World Unity Week in the 99 Days of Peace Through Unity. So this has been a beautiful beginning before the beginning. We look forward to see you throughout the week. And thank you to Hubcast production team. Thank you to everybody who's put this together. Let's play that Purpose Earth video one more time as we go out together in joy and happiness as we have begun in a good way. Thank you and bless you. Thank you, Rama. Thank you, Alexander. You guys are amazing. On we go.